Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. And before we get into the show today, I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has listened to us over the years. We are into our 27th year of doing this goofy little radio show about scuba diving every week. And I am so humbled that I'm still doing it after all these years with an amazing cast and crew that has tolerated my nonsense over the years. I feel honored and
Humboldt squid.
And as I said many times over the years, that I'm just too stupid to stop. So I might as well just keep going, right, CJ?
It is plausible.
Yes. So that's what we're doing.
I'm buying it.
Last week we were at Beneath the Sea, the dive show, and we talked to the dive god. It was kind of cool. I don't know if did you bother to even listen last week, CJ?
I have not heard it yet.
Yeah, you should.
I got to catch up.
Because we ended up, I had an interview with the dive god who has the record for the deepest dive on air, 437 feet. And we also met this guy. I think he's from overseas somewhere. I forget his name, but he holds the record for the deepest dive, period. And it was like over 1,000 feet. One of these, doing like, he took down God knows how many bottles down with him. But I had him and Neil together comparing notes on the show live.
Now, he was on air also?
Yeah, with Neil. So I had the deepest air dive, and I had the deepest just dive, period guy with us on the show.
So Neil did his on one tank.
I think so. I believe. That's a good question.
How
he might add doubles on that. I don't know if he did or not. That's a good question.
So he broke Neil's record?
No,
Someone's broke.
Well, he
mixed air.
Yeah, he did it on like heliox or God knows
Okay, that's what I was
other-
going to ask. Different gas.
Some kind of
Okay.
voodoo gas.
Okay.
Now you heard the female voice. That's Mermaid Kristen. She's in the studio today. First time. What a way to kick off our 27th year on the
She made
air.
me bring her here. I couldn't shake her.
Did you? Welcome, Kristen.
Hello.
Are you impressed by what you see here in the studio? I mean, other than me.
I
of
mean,
course.
it is different than what you see from the normal perspective.
It's more magical, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like going to
cool.
a TV show taping and you see the whole set.
And you're like, wow, I thought it was just a bunch of crap.
Those guys are so talented.
There's all
How
kinds
do
of-
they do that?
Colorful buttons that flash, and there's lights and people. Is it like that, Chris? I'm speaking for you, but you feel free to chime in anytime and say, Greg, you are absolutely correct and a genius as usual.
Greg, you're absolutely correct and a genius as usual.
Way to brown nose. That's why she's here.
Wow.
God bless the mermaids. And
You don't
Mermaid
have
Kristen.
to say whatever he wants you to say.
Yeah, she does. She's learned. I mean, by the way, she just celebrated her 5-year anniversary as a Scuba Radio mermaid.
I sure did.
Oh,
How about
I did
that?
not know that.
Yeah, time flies when you're a mermaid and having fun.
Did she drink a lot?
I don't know, Casey, the tobacco nut.
They were drinking when they called me.
When then
I got a drunk call one night and it was out of control.
Well,
Well,
then
it's
I put
good
that
to
as
keep up the standards.
And
Yeah.
then she hung up on me.
what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jerry called me. It started with Jerry, then went to Greg and Chris, and they're all chiming in, and it was really loud where they were.
What are you talking about?
And then all of a sudden, I hear this. She's like, "Okay, well, anyway, gotta go." And I go, "All right," click. And I'm like,
Hey, I let you know, so technically I did not hang up on
I
you.
said, "Well, that little." I texted
Mermaid.
Jerry. I said, that mermaid hung up on me. He goes,
Yeah.
ha, she sure did.
Yeah, well, that'll teach us.
Speaking of Jerry, where the hell is he?
I don't know. He's probably still, he might still be in the drunk tank after the festivities up at Beneath the Sea.
He was
Got a little
detained?
Wild. Well, you witnessed some of it, obviously, but when he called you, and
Were police involved?
I haven't heard from him since, so you never know.
right. We
Do we have to post bail?
no way. He's on his own. If anything I've learned in the 27 years of doing this show,
Come on, man. You don't leave your brother behind.
no,
We gotta spring him.
no, old man for himself.
Well, technically, he's not fallen. He's just detained.
I don't know what he's done or what he is detained for or where he is, but he has no excuse unless he is in the drunk tank, which.
That could be a new bit.
But that's not really an excuse.
That could be a new bit for today. Where in the hell is Jerry the Diver Guy?
Well, maybe. And there's Vinny Two Tanks. We got a few people missing.
Should we offer a
We
reward?
got Barry the Bugger with us, though.
Barry the Bugger.
Yeah.
Barry the Bugger needs to go back outside and hunt these iguanas that are infesting his backyard.
No, this is a dive show, Barry. A dive show.
Do they get
Yeah,
stuck
you
in your
know,
recycle containers?
No, but I do have a trap out there. I keep trapping them.
So earlier, before we come to the show,
Yeah.
I hear this commotion in my garage,
Uh-oh.
and then I walk closer to the door, and I hear Kristen, and she's banging on my recycling bins, and I hear she goes, "I'm trying to help you," and I go, "What in the hell is going on in my garage?" A little lizard got into one of my containers and couldn't get out.
And you killed it?
No, I was not banging around. I was picking up the pieces of recycling that was in there and moving it to the side so that I could get to the little dude.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "I'm trying to help you. Stop moving." And he kept moving.
It was funny though. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
All right.
Doom, doom, boom. I'm trying to help you, and I'm like,
Okay. So, you weren't trying to help CJ.
You don't have iguanas up there yet, do you?
no, just a regular lizard.
The little lizards.
Welcome to the first year of Iguana Radio.
Well, hey.
Kicking off this show.
Yeah, we're in Orlando, and we have the little lizards. And
Yeah.
then when they get down to where Barry is, down in South Florida,
the
they're
big ones.
the big old green monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Just a step away from Godzilla. And
But they eat. They're helpful, right? They eat bad stuff.
No, they are a nuisance critter.
Yeah.
And Governor DeSantis gave us carte blanche to take them out.
Do they?
So Barry does this all the
Do
time.
they ever
now.
poop it down your windpipe?
Yeah.
No, but they dig holes. You walk around your house and you find these 2-foot holes down in there where they're laying their eggs. You don't want that.
I think my dog would take care of those.
They've destroyed
quick.
the people. You ever gone over to Walt's house?
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of
The Gomez Hilton has
dockage,
a.
a lot of seawalls there that have been damaged by these
Oh,
things.
excuse
They
me,
dig up.
Barry. Breaking news. There's Jerry.
What? Jerry the
he's-
diver guy?
he's
No
out of
way.
the
Jerry,
drunk
where the
tank.
hell were you, man? We were worried.
Here
Yeah.
I am to save the day.
Okay. That's not what we were figuring you were going to do.
He thought you were in jail.
Yeah.
Nope.
Since last week, I figured, things got a little out of control there
Well-
beneath the sea in New Jersey, celebrating our 27-year anniversary. And Jerry the Diver, we got nowhere to be seen.
Hey, I was there.
What, in the drunk tank?
I've
Oh.
been to Nashville since then, buddy.
Okay.
Nashville.
And
Nashville. I went down and wore my cowboy boots.
Oh,
You did.
crap.
he got his crap kickers
Oh,
on.
snap.
Okay. And the reason was?
Work.
Okay. All right.
Had to go be famous in Nashville.
Okay.
Famous.
All right.
You had to go teach a line dancing class or something?
I didn't know they did the still thing in Nashville.
Oh yes,
Okay.
it's big.
It's season, I guess. I don't know. But we're glad to
many
have Jerry the
bars.
Jerry the Diver Guy along for the ride for our first show into our 27th year.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. How many years you think you've been doing the show, Jerry? Way too long.
13, 14,
Okay.
15.
I'm going to do the math.
Yeah. What
Too
is
long.
it? Do you know? You don't know. He doesn't remember what happened yesterday.
This is
Does he?
2024.
All right. Well, we're going
I've
to
been
talk.
doing it for 27.
Yeah.
16.
Casey,
I'm 16.
you're 16.
This summer I'll be 16.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of anniversaries and birthdays and things to celebrate. It's just a good time here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula. You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Does diving in the Florida Keys for free sound too good to be true? It's not. Dive to make a difference and clean our seas in the second annual Trash Derby Dives, May 2nd through 5th. Sponsored by iCare and the National Marine Sanctuary Foundation. Win big prizes for bringing up the most trash. Free spots with dive operators from Key Largo to Key West are available now. Get details and sign up at iCareTrashDerby.com. Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Come on for the magical scuba dive tour. Right this way.
Come on.
What the hell was that? Come on to the magic dive tour.
Come on.
Could you, shut up? Come on to the magic dive tour.
I don't want to hear you.
This is your invitation. Come on to the magic dive tour.
What's wrong with you?
Come on. Might see a levitation. Come on to the magic dive tour.
What are you, an idiot?
Our magical scuba dive tour is waiting to take you to play the unique Scuba Radio way. Dive in today.
That's awful. That's awful.
So let's clear the air of that.
Okay, if you insist. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Our magical scuba dive tour, number 2, has been set for August 3rd through the 10th in the Turks and Caicos with Explorer Ventures. We have Chef Anton, the scuba magician, is going to be on board. And he's going to make everybody on the trip that week, if you join us on board for that Scuba Radio scuba cruise, he might make you disappear. But at the bare minimum, he's going to make you a scuba magician.
I think it would be cool if he cut her in half.
Well, Mermaid Kristen is going to be on board. She's going to, and she didn't know this, but yeah, we may be using her as chum. And
were you cut in half before?
No,
that was a different one.
Who was that?
Rachel.
It was one and done.
Yeah.
You can only do it once.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was Rachel. Okay,
Yeah.
I knew it was one of the mermaids.
Yeah. So now there's Rachel 1 and 2.
Half a Rachel.
Yeah.
50%.
Uh-huh.
She's not 50 cents. She's 50%.
Right. So Kristen is going to be on board for that August 3rd trip.
Yes.
And we might cut her in half.
Cut her into 2 pieces, Chris and Tin.
Ah, good point. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then also Megan Heaney Greer is going to be on board with us as well.
Who?
Megan Heaney Greer.
Thank you.
Why you CJ.
I just want to make sure we get her name right.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, Cock
Trying
Johnson.
to help.
And rumor has it that Jerry the Diver guy is thinking about joining the party because that week or right before we get on the boat that week is his birthday. It's Jerry the Diver
What
guy's
about-
birthday. He'll be 104.
Isn't there
We're going to celebrate.
restraining order
For who?
Jerry?
Against
From
Chef?
Did Megan have a thing where she?
Oh, no. The statute
can't be within, like, 200 feet of her?
of limitations has expired.
No, I get to renew that.
Now, be careful. She might. But no. Jerry's birthday is just a day before or a day or two before we get on the boat. So, the celebratory festivities will continue on. If you want to join us for that week, it's going to be a very, very special week. And the Turks and Caicos, August 3rd to the 10th. Call up Explorer Ventures, 1-800-322-3577.
It'd be a hell of a birthday party.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be an awesome time because Megan that'll be the first trip she's ever been on with us for Scuba Radio. And she has just a ton of stories. She might even do some free diving lectures and things. She's involved in so many different things. We've had her on the show many times over the past, but we've never been able to do a dive trip with her till now. So she's going to be on board. Kristen will be on board. Once again, Chef Anton, the scuba magician. He'll make you a certified scuba magician. I think that's what he's planning to do.
Is he going to teach his course?
He's going to teach the course during the week. If you want to become an official scuba magician, you'll have the opportunity to do it that week. And if nothing else, he'll perform a few tricks for us each night. Maybe cut Kristen in half. I mean, we cut Kristen in half on Monday, Jerry on Tuesday, Megan on Wednesday, and then we're just
you. And what about you?
No, I don't participate
Why,
in
you're
that
scared?
nonsense. No,
You're too scared.
too valuable.
Greg's
what?
going to be the finale.
Okay. Anyway,
Going to cut him into 3 pieces.
it's going to be a good time.
Just make sure you have the whole show recorded before you do that little stunt.
Oh, someone has to, stay sane. And
Wow.
that'll be me.
Then that's not.
That's
gonna-
me. Been doing it for 27 years now.
You're
CJ.
calling yourself sane?
Yeah.
He forgot the end part.
Look at the company I keep.
He's
Does
unique.
Megan know what she's getting herself into?
Oh, hell no.
No, she knows Greg.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
Megan
we're
used to hang out with Manny. He was crazier than any of us. He
Well-
fed rattlesnakes.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, CJ was there at the beginning of Scuba Radio, and that's when I met Megan years ago. She was the U.S. freediving champion of her day back then. That was like 25 years ago. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think she had a record for U.S. freedivers of like 160 feet. 65, which at the time is insane. Now it's, God knows how deep it is. But, and then, back then, that was crazy. I was like, you went down 160 plus feet down on one breath of air? You're like, yep, I did that.
I'm glad you said feet because it drives me nuts when they say meters because then I have to look it up or do the math.
Yeah, you got to pull out a
And
calculator.
I never know if it's impressive or not. They're like, whatever meters. I'm like, I don't know.
Well,
Is
you
that-
just
is that
take
good?
feet and
We'll just
multiply it by
divide it by
3.
3.
Yeah.
It's not exactly.
Don't
3,
divide
though.
it.
It's not exactly
Multiply
3, though, right?
by 3.
Or, yeah, multiply. Sorry.
Yeah.
So technically, they should just say so many yards deep.
Okay, they could do that too. Or you
Yeah,
just,
that I could relate to.
well, just multiply by 3, CJ.
It's not exactly 3, isn't it?
It's pretty
3
close,
and
close
change.
enough.
And some change.
Yeah.
So you'd be off. The more you go, the more you are off.
You're
Then
conservative.
Add a few
Yeah.
more feet then.
165 feet is 50.292 meters.
There you go.
Okay.
See, I didn't get any of that.
I did.
My brain shut down. I go, I still
I
don't
was
know what
like-
he's talking about.
Barry's talking.
Plus, he
Tune
went
out.
backwards. He went
Be
feet to
very,
meters.
very quiet.
Okay.
Hunting.
All right. Well, anyway, we'll probably learn a little bit about her free diving experiences. But back in the day, she also was hanging with this team of folks that would swim. They would snorkel down or they'd free dive down, and they'd grab hold of the dorsal fin of like a tiger shark or a great hammerhead. I mean, we're talking like 12, 15 footers.
Bad idea.
Yeah. Definitely at the time. I was like, these people are crazy.
I am thoroughly intrigued now.
Yes. And I was like, they'll be great guests on the show. So
Well,
we became
they had that,
good friends.
Had that TV show, Extreme Encounters.
Yeah.
So now like a prosthetic arm?
Nope.
No, he only lost a bit of a finger.
No, they all they've all done quite well for themselves.
No, man, he lost a finger petting a rattlesnake.
Yeah, that was a snake thing. It wasn't a
Yeah.
no,
he was
fish or-
good diving, not snakes, not so much.
good diving, everybody. Yeah, it was a good thing. I mean, like I said, I met those guys early on at doing the show.
Yeah, I don't mess with no damn snakes.
Yeah. Well, they were a little nuts, but once again, they made for great guests, and we became good friends over the years. And finally, it's coming full circle when we join together for this magical scuba dive tour, August 3rd through the 10th with Explore Adventures.
What's her name again?
Megan Heaney Greer. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Jake and I bonded over diving. We love diving. We got our diving licenses together. And one day we were on vacation and he was like, Mil, you got to be up at 8 a.m. We're going on a dive. And I was like, 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Dive? Like, what are we?
Vacation, yeah.
And he's telling me, like, we're going to the same spot we usually go to. I'm like, it's boring. Let's go somewhere new. He's like, no, we have to go to this spot. So we go under and we're like many meters down. And he gives me like a shell and I like turn it over and it's a ring. And I was like, and I like looked at him and he was like, and I was like, because this means up. I want to go up.
So you can't.
So that technically would mean like, no, I don't want to marry you. I want to go up. So
you can't. You got to make a quick decision.
Hope you see the best in me. Dive in under next to me. Hold our breath and we can go down. Go down.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. All right, so we have CJ and Mermaid Kristen in the studio today. First time for Kristen in the studio. So far, so good. She hadn't run out screaming like most of them do within the first 30 minutes.
Well, you just gave her some awesome stuff.
I did.
Slightly distracted.
So she's going to stick around.
I did. We're bribing her. We're prepping her. Because she just heard that she could get cut in half.
You should have waited until the end of the show to give it to her,
Caicos.
and then she can't just.
Well,
take off.
we just talked about cutting her in half in August for the magical scuba dive tour.
I should have left that as a surprise.
And I saw her kind of give us that look like, you're going to do what?
I'll stab you.
Hey, grab that bag of goodies behind you. Look at this shiny new object, a distractor.
Yeah.
And so.
We like shiny things.
Yes. That's how mermaids roll. But yeah, we're hooking Kristen up with some new gear. She's going down to South Florida and to do some diving. And so I hooked her up with a new nextdive.com regulator system, one of their latest and greatest. You can check them out, nextdive.com, nexdive.com.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And if that weren't enough, and of course it's not, we got the new Sherrick Tarrant dive computer with a Swift adapter.
Yeah.
How about that?
Super
So
excited.
she's got a
to
new
use it.
dive computer. So I hooked her up with some stuff to use. She needed some new gear to go do some diving. And so we got that.
Thanks to
happening.
our sponsors.
Yes. And I know all the other Scuba Radio Scuba Squad members like Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut.
Yeah.
CJ even. Like, hey, where's my crap? I'm like, it's coming. You guys just hang in there.
Sorry, guys. I'm
Wait
just
for your
waffling.
turn. When we cut you in half, we're going to give you something, okay?
But what
Okay,
did you
okay,
call
Greg.
it?
It'll probably be a bag of garbage, but no, it'll be something.
How dare
Greg?
you?
I'm kidding. Yes, Casey the Tobacco Nut.
I have a suggestion for the season coming forward.
Yeah.
We have to practice. I think you should just twist her damn tail off like a lobster.
Well, okay, that
That
sounds.
cut her in half.
What did she do to you?
Somebody's jelly.
She
That's
got
what-
Jealous
new
that she
gear. I've
doesn't
been with
have a
this
cool
show for
computer and
27
regular
years. I haven't got a pack of peanuts.
Oh, golly. Well, for what it's worth, peanuts cost way too much money for me to bother to get a bag of those for you, Casey. But no, honestly,
Give the man a bag of nuts.
we our sponsors of Scuba Radio over the years, since we've been doing it for 27 years, they are being very generous. And, I think everybody's going to be pretty happy over the next few months as we prep for some pretty cool trips. Turks and Caicos in August. Once again, that's August 3rd through the 10th. So you guys will be set up accordingly.
I got
but
BVI in May.
doesn't count. Sorry, Casey, you're out of luck.
Well, it gives you
but-
time to send me some new gear.
Okay, once again, yeah, you're asking for a lot.
Bloody bowels.
Have you seen the price of peanuts lately?
Casey, if you're extra, extra nice, maybe I'll let you borrow mine.
Aha.
Oh, in exchange for the free skin I gave you?
We don't talk
What?
about that.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
He gave you a piece of his skin?
That's kind of gross.
That is
Oh,
really
she has
scab.
a brand new thermal dive skin.
Oh, one of those.
I just win all the cool prizes.
Yes. Well, okay. Well, they'll work a deal. Casey the Tobacco Nut, Mermaid Chris could cut their own little side bet, whatever they need to do. That's fine.
Dima's coming and the bar will be open.
Okay. That's you got to get
Well,
socially
no, Casey's
lubricated for
buying.
these. Yeah, maybe. That could be. That could happen in Vegas. But, we got a trip happening literally in a couple weeks. And the only other person going on it with me right now that's connected to the show is old Vinny Two Tanks, who's connected with us today as well. Vinny, how you doing, buddy? You ready?
I'm doing great. Yeah. Well.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh.
so-
I should have taken it.
Oh, my God. Vinny, we had a running bet in the studio when we went to you, would your mic be on? And nobody would take the bet that it
We all
would be
thought
on.
it wouldn't be off.
So we have no winners at all.
Damn it.
Only losers as usual. 27 years, nothing changes. A whole bunch of losers. But anyway, Vinny Two Tanks is going to go to the Galapagos with myself. We got the Aqua Gypsy Brittany with us and a few other friends that have been on the show before. They're going to be on the Humboldt Explorer with Explorer Ventures for a week. And we're going to do a broadcast from the deck of the boat. And I don't know about you, Vinny, but I'm at least 70% packed already. What about you? I mean, we
I'm
still got
about-
a week and a half to go.
I'm about 50 to 60%. Somewhere
Okay.
in that range.
All right. So you're a planner too. That's good.
Did you pack your
Well,
fudge?
I
Excuse
like
me?
to everything. When I go diving, especially on a liveaboard, I want to have all my ducks in a row, so I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
So I can just dive.
Well, I've talked about this the last couple of months, really rubbing it into the rest of the crew because, I got a heated rash guard, I got a new wetsuit, I got new booties, everything. I mean, I really had to do a lot of extra planning for this one. I got me
I bought a new wetsuit.
Yeah, but you did get a new one. So what kind of wetsuit are you going to wear in the Galapagos?
I'm
Vinny?
gonna go with a 5 mil.
A 5 mil. That's what I got.
Good call.
All right.
And
no heated rash guard. You're just going to go all natural.
You know what happened on that rash guard? I had it for 4 years. So I bought it brand new at Dima like 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
And I didn't read the directions. It said at least it said it's a good idea to charge the batteries once a year.
Yeah.
So I went to charge these. I never charged them in 5 years. So I went to charge them, and they won't take a charge. So the lithium ion
What do you mean they won't take a charge?
They won't. I can't get it to work.
Did you? How long did you leave them on the charger?
I left them on for hours, but
nothing came alive.
It comes to a green light, but then when I put it into the vest and hook it up and try to turn it on, there's that watch type thing you brush over to turn it on. You know, that little.
Okay.
It just a green light pops on and it doesn't heat up.
Doesn't heat up. That's not good.
You have to put it in the. Will it heat up out of the water, or do you have to put it in water to get it to heat?
I think it'll heat up out of the water.
I think the batteries are bad. I couldn't get it to work.
If it's showing a green light, it should be working, dude. Unless you did something to the vest itself, the way it was stored.
No, it was brand new. I hung it up. I actually hung the vest up.
I can't believe it wouldn't work.
Did you try it in a vestibule?
Well, I could bring it with me. Maybe you can get it to work, but I couldn't get it to work.
No, put it on, power it up, and run into the shower. And, have water come all over you. You'll look like a fool.
I don't think it's working because the batteries. When I went to touch the batteries, they never had any heat.
The batteries don't heat. It's the wires that the batteries are connected to.
You
that
may
heat the
need
vest.
water for conductivity.
Well,
maybe.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'll bring it with me. Maybe you can show me how to work it.
Well,
did you call the manufacturer?
No, the manufacturer doesn't
dead.
exist anymore.
Yeah,
Jerry.
There's a website
but I have the brand that he's talking about, and I bet you it's working, Benny.
All right, then I'll bring it with
you,
me. You can
you,
take a
you
look
do
at
have
it.
to for that one too. It's supposed to be against your skin. Were you wearing a shirt or anything?
No, I just plugged the batteries in and hit the green light, and it never. I figured I'd touch the heating element. It would start warming
No.
up.
You got to put it on, and then you'll tell if it's actually putting some heat on. Yeah,
Okay,
you got to wear
let
it.
me go check it out.
You got to
again.
look the fool to be the fool.
Just pull it over your head, Vinny.
Well,
Just your head.
Yeah.
If I
Okay.
have room, I'll bring it with me. Maybe you can get it to work.
Okay, we'll give us something to play with. More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You are now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Okay, so you guys don't watch the news. What do you do?
I do a lot of Dateline. I love it. Husbands murdering their wives. Happens a lot on vacation. Scuba diving. He'll just unplug her oxygen while she's underwater. Happens more than you think.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. 27 years on the air. This week, April Fool's Day, is our anniversary. We celebrated last week. The party has continued throughout the week. Bubble Boy also happens to share a birthday with our anniversary on April Fool's Day. He's not here today because...
Just somehow poetic and appropriate.
Yes, inappropriate, right?
Appropriate.
Oh,
for
inappropriate.
him.
Got it.
And the show, really.
Inappropriate.
April Fool's Day, really, it just fits.
Yeah. And people have asked me over the years, did you plan it this way? Did you start the show purposely on April Fool's Day?
I know the answer.
No, it did not.
I knew that.
It was like the planets aligned. That just happened to be when we started 27 years ago. And I was like, that's ironic.
We'll start on the first of the month. What's next month?
Get a bunch of fools together, talk about scuba diving, and here we are 27 years later.
It's easy to remember, though, so that's kind of cool.
This is true. This is very true. All right, so Mermaid Kristen in the studio with us, along with CJ and myself. And she's been paid off, showered with gifts.
Handsomely.
And she's admiring her new Shearwater
It's like
Terra.
Christmas around here.
Yeah. And You're pretty excited about that, huh?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like excited to plug it in and turn it on
Yeah. And
to wear it.
And you hope to dive where with this coming week?
At some point, hopefully, my dad and I are gonna dive. We haven't decided where we're gonna go yet. But probably the Blue Heron Bridge and then down in the Keys, Islamorada. I'm not really sure.
Blue Heron Bridge,
Yeah.
world-renowned site there in Palm Beach, just north of Barry the Bugger or AKA Iguana Hunter. He was out. Did you kill an iguana the last break, and that's why you weren't there, Barry?
Yep.
Do you barbecue
Are you
them?
proud of yourself?
No, I don't like killing things, but
Are you going to eat it?
Yeah, you're
Nope.
killing me.
Why
I
not?
bagged it, and I disposed of it properly.
Like how? What did
Along
you
with
do
the
to
other
that
ones.
big old green iguana? What do you do with them?
Barbecue
I'm not-
them.
That's what they do in the islands.
You don't
know.
eat your kill.
You have no, not this particular one. No, they supposedly carry salmonella. I wouldn't touch.
Do you
it.
remember that song, Greg?
You got
I
to cook
wear
it out of
gloves.
them.
Do you remember that song?
Which
Cook
one?
it out of them? I don't
I
think.
wish
I
I
don't know if that
was
works.
in Tijuana eating barbecued iguana.
Right. See?
If anyone wants to come by and pick them up, I'll be
Well,
glad
I
to
mean, they eat the tail of the iguana. That's a
This kinda
delicacy.
reminds me
You
of
put them in the
Mexican
cooler
radio.
right away, you'd probably find a cook and eat.
Yeah.
You're
But-
throwing away perfectly good lizard meat.
Yeah.
I'll drive it up to you guys if you want it.
Well, Kristen's
Give 'em to a
coming down.
homeless on the street. They
Why-
could eat it.
Why don't you get together with Kristen down there at the Blue Heron
Kristen
Bridge?
was out saving a little lizard. I'm sure she'd be ticked off if she saw the iguana.
You would eat a lizard tail, wouldn't you?
No.
No.
I've eaten
I remember
alligator tail.
when I was younger, we went to Belize and it was offered to me as bamboo chicken.
Bamboo chicken.
I did
may
not
be
fall for it.
What they call for it.
I love it.
Bamboo chicken.
I don't know. It's
What
just
about
what
a
they called
tough
it.
wood?
What about a
What do
conch
you like?
pistol?
There is actually a name they call it in Jamaica. I think they eat them, but I can't remember what it was.
Well,
called.
you're Jamaican me crazy.
Tree chicken or something, but
Tree chicken. Well,
I
that's,
don't like.
that's how
I
they
don't
do
like
it. Yeah.
I don't like
They
killing
eat 'em
but
everywhere.
They're
They're-
damaging the backyard. They dig these holes. If you don't look down when you're walking and they dig these holes, you could break your ankle.
They're making you a golf course. What do you want from
No,
them?
they're putting out baby iguanas. We're going to be overrun with them. They're going to take over South
Why don't
Florida.
you just let them lay their eggs and then go stomp on their eggs?
You know, I tried looking for them after they've done that.
I mean,
I don't know how big the eggs are, but I never see any. I dig down in where they dug.
Thanks, Easter Bunny. Bok, bok.
So, just
That was
stomp
kind of
on
a
it.
random thought
I
there,
think you
Jerry,
should
but
treat
okay.
It like,
I
I
thought
think you
that.
should treat it like. Oh, go ahead.
Huevos.
You should- I should treat it
Huevos.
like what?
grill 'em.
No.
Huevos de iguana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're afraid of getting some kind of
Dios
poison
me.
from grilling the iguanas, but what about the eggs? Could you just fry them up like make them into an iguana
I
omelet?
don't know how big they are.
Make
I
an
mean,
omelet.
as I said, I dug. There was one. He dug the hole and then he
Yeah.
backfilled it, so I know there were
Well,
eggs in there. And
okay.
I dug it out with my
He
shovel.
done-
No,
he
not
didn't
he.
lay
She.
no eggs.
Yeah, they're she's. But the point is that I never found them. I couldn't see them,
Uh-huh.
so I don't know how big they are. They may
Right.
be, quarter inch.
Well, how did
around.
you
I
how
don't
did
know
you
how
kill
big they
this iguana during the last break? By the way, just for
are. You really want to know?
Hammer.
well,
No,
be it
hammer.
as
With a
descriptive.
pellet. It's with a pellet gun and it's one shot to the head.
Oh, that's
Oh.
sporting.
Is it?
No, you're allowed to. You're allowed. You have to. You have to euthanize them. What was the word that they used? Within the laws of the state of Florida.
Come on,
Ah.
you're
It's the
slaughtering
same
them like
laws we
babies
apply
and
to
kill-
the Scuba Radio Scuba
ask
Squad
you
when
a
they've
question.
expired or to
no,
get
wait a
to a
minute.
certain age. Yeah.
There's a certain part of the year where we go out fishing.
Mhm.
Catching lobsters.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't shoot
Some
them in
of
the
us
head
do.
and then take their tails off. We rip off their tails while they're still alive.
Okay, and your
So,
point is
really,
what exactly?
The point is that is not as humane as one shot to the brain where it's just gone.
Ah.
I mean, when you take a
And-
pellet, look, Jerry already knows that.
Well, Kristen, let's
And-
ask: would you rather be executed by having your tail twisted off or shot to the forehead?
Can I choose neither?
I would say
No.
No, thank you, sir. I said good day, sir.
Okay.
and don't touch her tail.
Yeah,
said
well,
good
I
day.
wouldn't do it. But
We want to know the truth.
okay, all right.
Look,
well,
it is what it is. If it ends up in your area ever, you're going to get ticked off at
when,
them too.
when you said you
It gets too
okay,
cold up here.
you killed the
can't
green
live.
iguana. You didn't
Right.
eat it, so you disposed of it. What? Flushed it down the toilet? What'd you do?
No, they're too big.
Well, what do
put
you
'em in
do?
put them in a bag and put them in the trash.
Oh my gosh.
So they're going
What
to
else
a
am I going to do? Mail
landfill?
them?
You don't even bury it? Give it a proper burial or
Are
anything?
you kidding? I'll have to dig up a hole the size of this house.
They
to keep
dug the
burying
hole
them.
for you already, you said.
No, they didn't.
Put them
Not
with their
all.
eggs.
Yes.
Yeah, right. They can
his
feed off
trash
the
can's
body.
Gonna reek of dead bodies.
Look, it is.
Oh,
No, it
boy.
isn't. It gets picked up on Monday.
No wonder the landfill stinks. It's filled with rotting iguanas.
It could be. Look, I looked up the rules. I know what FWC tells you exactly what you could do. I follow the rules as it is written. You can't poison them.
Boring.
You can't beat them to death. You can't
Barry, you're no
chop
fun.
their head off.
What do you train
can't-
it? Turn it into a pet.
Why don't
How
you
about
feed
that?
it different things so
Yeah.
you can find out what
These aren't
kills it?
little lizards. These things are 3 feet long.
Yeah, so?
Do you guys know that
Okay.
there's marine iguanas?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I'm
and
going
the
to see them.
Galapagos. Wait, you're going to see
Those
them.
are in the
Yeah,
Galapagos.
I've seen they're cute. Oh,
They're
yeah, they're
so
like
mermaid. Huge.
swimming Godzillas, but no, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh my God!
What?
Come in.
I'm not going to shoot them in the head.
I am going to bring you some pet iguanas. Put them in your backyard. You'll enjoy it.
No, they won't live up here in Orlando.
They'll live in the summer.
will
It gets
in-
hot as hell up there.
Oh boy!
You only get a few months of cold weather. They'll fall off the tree and they'll revive themselves, and then you'll have plenty of iguanas to play with.
Okay. Well, if you say so, Barry. I don't know. I just think your whole
As I said,
plot
I
line
don't
here
enjoy.
today.
I don't enjoy doing it.
You
but
seem like you're pretty giddy right
I
now.
would name
No,
one.
I'm not
keep it
kidding.
as a
I'm trying
pet,
to
and his
explain.
name would be Stanley.
He's like, hey, guess what I'm
I'll be
doing?
up to- You're the one that asked. I told you the truth.
I know, but you seem happy about it.
No,
That's
I
a little
don't.
disturbing, Barry.
It's
I gotta
a waste
say.
of time.
I'm starting to
go out
wonder
there.
about you. I am.
All right.
This is how
I'm
the
not
whole
gonna share any-
serial killer
How many
thing
do you
starts.
have to handle a day? Is it one a
Depends
day?
on how many end up in the trap.
Oh, he's got a trap. You got a trap?
Yeah.
You got a lizard trap.
No, it's a trap. You
He's
can
not
catch
good
any
enough
kind
to
of predator.
shoot him on the run.
No,
Oh,
I'm not
I
gonna
think this
shoot
would
him.
be a good day to
'Cause you're
practice your
responsible.
lobster looping.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking 27 years, and you got this? What can I tell you?
Eventually, they'll talk about iguanas.
Okay, exactly. All right, hour 2 is on deck. We're going to check in with the Masters of Rum. I kid you not, that's coming up. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, so now what I just heard, blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Mermaid Kristen are in the studio with us. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web, made up of Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Jerry the Diver Guy, and even Vinny Two Tanks, who's going to be joining me in the Galapagos. Vinny has never been to the Galapagos. I know he's very excited. I think this is going to set the bar to a whole new level.
Does he know that the Galapagos is nowhere near Thailand?
I don't. Do you know this, Vinny?
Yeah, I know that.
Is that good or bad?
Well, there's always places to go.
Okay, exactly. Right. Barry thinks it's funny.
Brothel.
Anyway,
Excuse me. I didn't say that.
He didn't.
No,
I didn't
sorry.
Say what? He just has a iguana in his throat. Sorry about that, Vinny. But yeah, we're going to the Galapagos with Explorer Ventures on their newly renovated Humboldt Explorer, by the way. So the boat has been totally refurbished this past year. I'm very much looking forward to it. The last time I went to the Galapagos, it was, well, it's been the dive trip that I've compared all my diving to ever since. And that was probably about 12, 15 years ago. So
Do you know if the boat is full?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is full.
I think it is full. I mean, they very seldom have empty spots on these Galapagos trips. I mean, this is like the Mount Everest of diving. And they recommend that you have at least 100 dives under your belt because you got to be comfortable in the water. There's a lot of currents, a lot of drift diving, a lot of stuff can go wrong and not really go wrong, but that is far beyond your basic, let's just go do a drift dive in West Palm Beach or something. I mean, it can get pretty hairy and test your skills.
That's what the reef hook's for.
Well, no, you don't use a reef hook, I don't think. We don't use those. But I don't think so, at least. That's a good question.
Well, if you start
Danny.
drifting too much, you can hook off.
Well, no. You the only time we did this last time, and I don't think this has changed, is you generally drift along with whatever the currents are because you can't fight them. They're way too strong. But the problem is if you delay it all when you jump off the boat and you get separated from the group, you're on your own because the dive masters and guides cannot come get you. The currents are too strong for that. So they did before, and I think it's still the same, and we'll find out in a couple weeks, but they equipped everybody with their own personal locator device. So if you did get separated, they could look you up on the dive boat and come get you after the dive. And that did happen the week I was on the trip. There were a couple people that got separated.
Yeah,
and,
you need one of these.
Well, yeah, similar to a Nautilus Lifeline. I don't know what they're using these days, but they did have something.
I wasn't going
that.
to bring this, but maybe I should bring it now just in case they don't issue them.
Well, I mean, it can't hurt to bring it, I guess. You just got to make sure on a Nautilus Lifeline, one of these, personal EPIRB type devices. The only thing with those, you got to make sure you register before you leave the country that you're in. Because if you bring that and you haven't told them, because you got to log all this stuff with their website and everything. If you try to just go there and then turn it on, and then you pop up, on their system and you haven't told them that you're there, they'll blow it off or it'll set off all kinds of crazy alarms and on that thing there, Vinny.
Okay.
Because it'll tell you the directions on that. But
similar to a microphone.
Yeah, maybe. But
the way I figure it is, if I turn it on, they're gonna if they're gonna come and get me anyway. I don't care if I broke any law as long as they save my life.
Well, okay, but it's gonna be a while before they get you with one of these things. That's why they give everyone their own little personal locator device for the dive boat there in the Galapagos, because we're pretty far offshore when we get into Darwin and Wolf and some of the more prime spots there in the Galapagos. And so if the dive boat can't find you, you're gonna pretty much be out of luck.
They haven't lost anybody yet, right?
Well, not that I'm aware of.
I would have heard about it by now.
Yeah, but I will tell you, when I was on it years ago, I mean, I was challenged on my dive skills. I was like, wow, this is pretty intense. You got to jump in, you got to stay with the group, you got to fight, currents, or just stay, and check with everybody. It's not hard, but if you were a little kind of on the beginner side of learning how to scuba dive, and you get into these currents and you're kind of like, whoa, hey, what do I do? And it could freak people out. And
so what you're telling me is you've been doing some lap swimming with your fins to strengthen your legs?
Yeah,
Have you done any workouts?
You know what? It doesn't hurt. I mean, I try to keep myself in tip-top shape, as you can see. And why? What's so funny? Did I say something funny? Anyway, no, my big problem
We're not
was
blind, Greg.
Yeah, I got very cold during the week, and so I've I've talked about having a heated rash guard and all this stuff, and I'm taking the precautions and stuff. But so I'm set there. But it didn't really, I was well equipped. I was a dive instructor at the time. I had plenty of experience already. But there were other people on the boat that did not. They did not have the recommended 100 dives that you should have before you take on a trip like this. Because once again, if you got separated, that's the time when people start to panic or freak out. Your mind goes crazy. Next thing, it just snowballs into, a serious situation for you if you're not equipped to handle that. Now, as you become more comfortable in the water as a scuba diver, you learn how to deal with them and you work through the process. And that's kind of what learning how to dive is to handle the emergency situations. But there was one dive in particular that we did, and I'm sure we will do this in the Galapagos, called the washing machine. And it's famous. It's this is probably one of the most famous things you can do in the Galapagos. And basically, what they go to this area in the channel between Darwin and Wolf somewhere in that neck of the woods, and you get in the water and you go with these crazy currents. And when you're flowing with them, you don't realize really how strong they really are until they tell you halfway through the dive, we're going to make have a noise whistle or a noise maker, and that's going to be your signal to grab hold of this pinnacle, this rock pinnacle that is somewhere in the channel that they have everybody grab onto. And they say, okay, we're going to, about halfway through, we're going to, grab onto that with your gloves and everything and hold on. And then you're going to see exactly what the currents are doing, because they're going all over. They're not just going sideways. They're going up and down, sideways, and every which way you can imagine. But you don't really know that until you grab hold of this pinnacle and try to hold on, and you feel how strong the current really is. And so they broke us up into two groups. First group goes, and then I was in the second group. And sure enough, I see a bunch of people hanging on this pinnacle in front of us, and they make a noise, they let go, and then it's our group's turn to grab hold. But I saw them holding on, and I'm like, what the heck, It did look a little intense. They looked like Spider-Man holding on for dear life. And sure enough, you grab hold of this thing, and it's like, holy crap. I mean, stuff's blowing off. I mean, people are losing fins and snorkels and masks. Now, I didn't. I was kind of ready for it, but there were other people that weren't ready for that, didn't have their gear dialed in, and they were losing stuff. And that's the time when people could freak out. For me, it was like, like an e-ticket Disney ride from back in the day, It's like being on Space Mountain. It was awesome, but it's not for the faint of heart or beginner diver, if you ask me. But if you're prepared and you're ready, you're ready.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Next regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready? Then go to nextdive.com. That's nexdive.com. Next Underwater Products. nextdive.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started as kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Did you ever take an acid? No. All right. What happens when you take acid or go scuba diving is the same thing. If you take acid or go scuba diving, you come back. But you're
a deep sea diver. Got a stroke and I can't go wrong.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Mermaid Kristen in the studio with me. Very jelly because I'm going to the Galapagos about what it was like to dive the currents or the washing machine site and the Galapagos. Did you go, ooh, I want to do that? Or are you like, ooh, that's a little
Sounds
too
like
much?
you got the bejesus knocked out of you.
Well, you know, it was pretty wild. When you grab hold of this pinnacle and you see people's snorkels, masks.
Yeah, I've been on some ripping.
Lose a fin.
Some ripping currents, but I don't know about that.
Yeah,
That
but
doesn't
once
sound
again,
fun.
that's where your preparation comes into play. Make sure-
Preparation H. Got it.
Well, it depends on what kind of diving you're planning to do.
Right.
But, you know, when you prepare properly with the right gear, make sure it all fits right. And that's kind of what I've been doing the last week or two with this all this new gear I have. And I got a new wetsuit. I got some new fins. I got a lot of it already packed up, but you got to make sure this stuff fits. And you got to go over your BC and all your clips and buckles. And I'm taking a GoPro. I mean, the big difference between, going to the Galapagos this time in a couple weeks compared to what I did, 12, 15 years ago is that I will definitely get some great footage.
I have an idea.
Because I'm taking a brand new GoPro and a ultralight tray kit and a selfie stick, the whole thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
I want you to be ready for this washing machine. So to prepare, what we should do is we should go dive somewhere.
Uh-huh.
We'll get down to, however deep you want to go.
Yeah.
And then I will just grab an arm or a leg, and I'll just whip you around and beat the crap out of you so that you're ready for the washing machine.
There's no beating necessary.
And I will just beat the hell out of you.
No.
And then when it comes to time to do the real washing machine, you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, this is nothing. So we'll go down. I'll say, grab this rock, and then I'll just beat the hell out of you.
That's not
knock your mask off.
That's not how you prepare for something like that.
Could I use your GoPro and video that?
Yeah, we need to document it.
You want to
Punch you in the
videotape
head.
the beating.
Yeah.
That's what Barry would like
It's
to do.
just it's
your training.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
training.
Okay.
We could even come up with a certification for it if you'd like.
You guys are just being silly.
Beat your ass.
You're just being silly.
Certification.
Now. Come back to earth.
Do you want to be as prepared as you can
I
be?
am.
You
I've
even said
been there,
yourself,
done that.
preparation is the key. Well, this is how you do it. Practice like you're going to.
Now, see, I've done it, so I kind of have an idea what to
Yeah, but that
expect.
was a million years ago.
No, but
you were a young
You
man,
you know,
full of hopes and dreams.
Not a monkey heart.
Right.
That's, who needs the training
I will
or
punch you right
the
in the sternum
preparation
to make sure that you're ready.
is Vinny Two Tanks, because he's never been. He hadn't. Have you ever done anything extreme like this? As far as diving wise, Vinny, you figure
No,
out?
I've had a lot of drift diving in the Turks and Caicos. I was on a special 2-week trip where we drift dive for a whole week straight.
Yeah.
It was great.
But it wasn't like, it's just drift dives. Drift dives are nothing extreme. I mean, we're talking cold water stuff, crazy animals. I mean, we saw killer whales on that trip when I was there.
We
last
start
night.
with one person, me.
Yeah.
Beating the hell out of you underwater.
Yeah.
And then Kristen will join in.
Why is Kristen laughing
The
about
next
this?
day will be two of us, every angle. That way you'll get up, down, beat to hell.
Up, down, all around.
Right. And whip your mask off and just beat the crap out of you.
Just prepare
You'll
you
be
for
so
the,
ready. It'll be like boot
yeah.
camp. It'll be like the Marines.
Okay, I've already done this. I
Yeah, but you're not
I don't
fully
need
ready
to-
right now.
No, that's not
That
how
was
you
a long
prepare.
You're
time ago.
older
CJ.
and more worn out, and
Less
we
wise.
want to see you come back.
No, older
Packs
and
some
wiser.
extra batteries for your monkey heart.
There's no batteries needed. I don't need those. And actually,
I don't think you're ready.
once
until-
again,
if it's-
I think it's more mental preparation than anything else. And the fact that I've tolerated 27 years of nonsense from people like you.
But we've gotten into your
and
head, see,
Barry
now
the
you're a little
Bugger,
scared.
Casey the.
We're going to beat the fear
But
out
look
of
at it,
you.
I'm still functioning.
We're going to beat the fear out of you.
Mostly.
You get through this, and you'll be like, "Oh, I got this."
If I can handle this
Are you-
group of numbskulls.
You can handle an assault, an underwater
Are you going to
assault.
put straps on your gear so they don't go floating?
Are you going to
in
wear a
this
crotch
washing
strap?
machine? Yeah.
Actually, I am. I am.
You need to make sure that you tether yourself to Vinny, because if you lose him, we're going to have an empty square.
That's true.
Okay.
I think it's every man for himself.
Have fun on that last show before he goes to the Galapagos.
Put a
'cause
little
that
pumpkin
might-
head in his place with the word Vinny on it.
And I know what Barry's thinking too right now too. He's like, yeah,
What?
do you guys attach yourself via crotch strap? No, that is
Crotch
No,
not.
I didn't think that. I didn't mention it either.
No,
That is
it's,
not
it's
what you
every
do.
man for himself. Trust me.
Yeah, yeah, but the crotch strap thing is actually quite important. When you
Vinny
the more
would be happy
extreme.
to beat your ass underwater too. Train you. Vinny would do it. He's up for it.
Yeah, he swims.
that just sounds like
laps,
another Saturday
100
night.
laps a day
Yeah.
or something. At the,
Yeah, I just got back from the pool.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at him. Look
He's
at
gonna
him.
swim around you like a shark. You're gonna be in minnow
We'll
and
take
trouble.
you to the meat cooler and beat you with meat.
Well,
Half-mile every day for the past
Oh
year.
my God!
Yeah.
Attaboy. See, he's
Okay.
trained you.
yeah. What do you think I do?
You're sitting on your ass doing a jaw jacking all day.
I'm down to
Running your
165 and
pie hole.
200.
Vinny will be hanging on the rock, waving at
Look at
Greg
me, I
as
have a
he's
radio
flying
show.
by.
Should be training.
Oh, I'm glad I amuse you.
I
I'm glad
adjusted
amuse you
my
guys.
microphone 47 times with one arm.
I'm singing silly songs, and forcing you to listen to them.
Okay,
That's
are
you, Greg.
Are you guys done? Are you done having fun at my expense?
This is the mental training, and then next is physical.
We've made it 27 years. We don't have to make it to 27.
I could check with your wife.
Don't make
I'm
me
sure
stop
she'd
this
be-
car and turn it around.
I'm sure she would be happy to grant me permission, legal permission, to beat your ass underwater.
You're not going to the
If I said,
Galapagos.
"Hey, Pookie, would you mind? Would it be cool with you to train Greg for the washing machine? We take him down and rough him up and give him what for?" She'd be like, "Yes, please."
Vinny, all you have to do is swim faster than Greg.
Never happened.
I'm not
Oh, yeah.
worried.
I'm
you gotta
lightning
grab the
underwater.
rock.
I'm lightning underwater. I can swim very fast.
Lightning.
I got new fins.
Not against that current, you can't.
Yeah, he's
And
always
I'm
lightning
streamlined.
fast, going the wrong way.
I got a new BC I'm going to be using too, a back inflatable with a crotch strap. It's going to make sure it stays in position.
Have you used any of this? Have you used any of this gear yet, or are you going to be
Yeah.
learning on the job here?
No, I've worn it around the house. I've done all kinds of things.
Greg, you
Local
know the
pool,
rule
and
about
you practice,
crotch straps,
make sure
right?
it all works.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
No, I said you know the main rule with crotch straps, right? No
I
giant stride entries.
I just want to know if you learned to use a compass.
Guess what everyone's getting
Okay.
though. If I get, I'm getting a bunch of new BCs in for the crew, and all of them will have crotch straps by request. Nothing? I get nothing out of anyone.
You'll get nothing, and you'll like it.
Yes. All right. More coming up. Stay close. Just got really awkward.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Dive.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
A monster!
The show is a disaster.
Total headbands.
He's Greg the Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
Master's my friend.
I'm not. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, about ready to head over to the Galapagos. And I'm not going to subject myself to a beating from the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad to prepare myself for the washing machine dive site there in the Galapagos. I am already prepared. I've been beat many a time.
What a baby.
What do you mean?
What a little baby.
I've toughened up.
Why don't you just put on a diaper and go back to your mommy?
That is not how you prepare for diving in the Galapagos. That is not how you prepare your gear. That is not how you prepare any way, shape, or form for anything remotely human.
To overcome, Greg, you need to face your fears.
I have no fears.
Yes, you do.
What are those fears?
You don't want me to beat your ass underwater.
Okay. Old Cock Johnson's getting a little cocky, but that's okay.
Little Johnson-y.
You think so? Think so?
Watch drop.
I don't think so. Scuba Radio Scuba Squad is connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, who will be in the Galapagos, and we'll back it up that I will execute my dives in the Galapagos effectively.
One of you is bound to come back.
Well, it's safety in numbers.
50-50.
Right. Jerry, well, I mean, I never thought about that, but yeah, probably, Vinny could be my human shield. If we see the killer whales again, and we're in the water.
Ooh, they have orcas there?
Well, rarely.
Are they migrating?
That's the one thing I saw on the last trip, but they said it only happens a couple times a year, so I'm not expecting to see killer whales. But we did. Vinny, what'd you say, Vinny? What?
I'm going to bring a pair of yellow fins, so those usually attract sharks, I hear.
Oh, okay.
They look like a tuna.
Yum, yellow.
Yeah. They see the flashing yellow fins.
Right. So it'd be all Vinny Two Tanks is going to be our chum.
That's using your
sharks.
head.
Yeah, I like it.
I read somewhere that they think that yellow fins attract sharks sometimes.
Hey, if you really want it to work, go up.
Just for the record, it's yellowfin tuna.
Go at night.
Not yellow fins.
Oh.
Go at night, splash around the surface, and just slice your artery open.
Yeah, that would be more effective and probably.
But wear the fins just
attractive.
in case.
Yeah.
Well, probably there in the washing machine. If you give yourself a little nick, it'll spread the blood evenly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea. See.
Yeah. A little coral cut.
There you go.
All right. Good
Ice
kind
them
of
up.
stuff. But I digress. Let's just move away from this nonsense and direct our attention towards some other type of nonsense. For instance, the Masters of Rum.
Ooh.
And the Big Cheese. I believe we have the dive god Neil Watson with us. Neil, are you with me? How you doing?
With you, my friend. Yes.
So
I'm at the Sailfish Brewing Company in beautiful Fort Pierce, and we are about to partake in the libations. We're in the back where all the kegs are at, and giant. I don't know whether to drink it or swim in it. I mean, some of these vents are
I love it.
gigantic, man. I'm loving this.
Well,
Great.
so are you drinking beer or rum? Because I thought you guys, this was the group that we call the Masters of Rum, right?
Yes, we're drinking beer and rum.
Okay, right. All of the above. And,
and a little honey on the side for my cough. But other than that, yeah, we're in good shape.
What's her name?
And I'm here with Andy, our host.
Oh, Andy. Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, so you have a Masters of Rum host, Andy, which I've had the honor to hang with the Masters of Rum. So you got Andy with you. Do you have the Rum God with you too,
well,
Captain Walt?
The Rum God is here, yeah. But Andy kind of put this whole thing together. Hang on a second.
All right, let's talk to Andy because he's the one who knows.
How's it going?
Hey, Andy, how you doing, buddy?
Doing awesome. We're doing our highly irregular rum club.
Yes.
Legends of Diving Rum Club.
Yeah, and I've been fortunate enough to hang with the Masters of Rum before. We did that show a few weeks ago. We were able to get at least two segments. Yes. Well, I wish we could, but we had to do the show. We got a bunch of stuff going on. But you guys are at this brewery very specifically. You mentioned this last time when we were together that you have a rum company that is like hosting your event today, or what exactly, Andy?
So we got a couple things going on. We're at Sailfish Brewing Company in Fort Pierce, and I work for Loggerhead Marine Life Center, and we have actually a collaboration beer, their hazy IPA. Half the proceeds of that come to help the sea turtles at Loggerhead, but we also have an amazing partner in Vita Cana Rums. And Vita Cana Rums, they're based out of Texas. They've got an operation in Florida, and I can tell you, we're really picky folks, as you know, about our rum. And Vita Cana, tonight they're being presented with the seal of approval from the Legends of Diving Rum
I
Society.
love it.
So
the Masters of Rum have given it their seal of approval for sure. Now, we sampled some of it when I was down there with you guys at the Dive Gods residence that night. Is that the same rum you're drinking today, or you got a different version, or what are you doing exactly?
It is. We've, they've got a lot of rums. They've got great mixing rums, but they've got, we're pretty picky. We don't touch anything that's not 15 years old or more.
Uh-huh.
And they got an 18-year special cask, and that's what we're going to be sampling tonight.
Oh, man. See, I'm getting very thirsty right now. I'm like, I did not plan.
Neil, he's always thirsty.
Yeah, well, it's part of that's why you're the master of rum. You guys, you got to be thirsty to be a master of rum, right, Neil? What do you think?
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. Actually, we have the brewmaster El Supremo here of Sailfish Brewing Company. This is Scuba Radio, a buddy of mine, the live radio show we're talking. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, Dave Boucher. We're actually celebrating our 11 years today for Sailfish Brewing Company.
Oh, well, congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
All right.
It's worked out to have everybody up here today.
Well, I wish I could be there with you, but maybe next time. If those guys don't drink all the rum, please tell them to hold a bottle back for me, okay? I know that's asking a lot. So
where are you based out of?
Well, we're in Orlando. That's where we are. We're celebrating our 27th year on the air today. So you guys are celebrating your 11th.
A lot of good things happening today.
Yeah, well, there you go. But I think you guys are having more fun, for sure. Yeah. It sounds like.
Well,
so
Neil had said something to me about it. I have to be in Jensen Beach later tonight, anyways.
That's a good point.
Neil didn't tell me anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kristen, you got to know somebody.
I mean, I know Neil.
You got to know
I got invited. I got invited.
You got free dive gear. Hush up.
You're creating some issues on my show today there, but we'll manage. We'll filter these guys out or fix this in post. But yeah, you guys are getting together. You're having a good time, celebrating. But as Andy said, a lot of this stuff goes to support good causes, and you guys are behind that as well.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Good
stuff. This partnership's it's really just amazing. I've done a few partnerships since I started the brewery over the past 11 years, and this is honestly the first one where the reciprocation with Andy and his team is so noticed and really makes a big difference where we're both contributing to it equally. And his team's great. We have a lot of things lined up. I mean, almost too many things we're trying to do, but we're trying to pace it, and we're really excited about bringing a lot of his team up to the brewery. think we're going to start doing some turtle trivia nights, turtle bingo nights during the week. And just, again, trying to grow the cause. I mean, the beer's in Publix, that QR code on the can, scanning that directly to that landing page to be able to contribute towards Loggerhead and understand the story of why we did what we did. And, born and raised in South Florida, I mean, ocean conservation's, one of my biggest priorities. And being able to work with these guys and help that any way we can.
Well,
raising awareness, it's really great.
It is. It's really great what they're doing. And, it's a good match because, divers, when they're not diving, they can drink like fish. And so that kind of, bridges that gap pretty good. All right, we got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Bula, this is Flo, your hostess with the mostess from Paradise Taviuni Resort. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. And now here's Greg, the dive master, and the rest of the crazy Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, with the exception of Jerry, the turtle guy. Why is he always late? Come on, Jerry, let's go with the flow.
Yes, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ, Mermaid Kristen in the studio, and then connected via the web, Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, and Jerry the Diver Guy, better known as... Who?
Juicy Butt the Turtle Slot.
That's right. Yeah, and when we were up in Jersey last week, we didn't see Flo. She wasn't there, the manager at Paradise Taviuni, but we did speak with what's her name?
Terry.
Terry, that's
Terry.
right. Terry, Alan's better half, and we caught up with Terry, and she said that Flo sends Jerry says hi, but old Sony sends his and or her love.
Greg,
His and or her.
you lie too much.
What do you mean I lie too much? You weren't there.
It's the truth.
Yeah, Kristen saw it. She heard it.
Oh yeah, like we believe her.
Yeah, actually, I got
That's
it on
rude.
tape.
I
Yeah.
saw it. I know. I saw the connection in
Yeah.
Fiji.
Yeah, we all saw the
I
connection.
hate every damn one of you.
What do you mean? Oh, Jerry got his first massage. That was your first massage, wasn't it? Or was it?
Was not my first massage.
Was not your first. Okay,
First
so
rodeo.
He's been around. He's been around a bit. But
was my first awkward massage.
what do you mean awkward? What was awkward about it?
Flip
You
it,
made me
smack
and
it, rub
CJ
it
look like
down.
a cheap piece of meat because after Sony massaged all three of us,
I felt like a cheap piece of meat.
she picked you of having the juiciest butt.
You rugged side of beef. You.
Yeah, you made us look bad, Jerry.
I can't help that.
You pork tenderloin.
Yeah. So Jerry the Diver Guy and Sony.
You ground round.
Have you stayed in touch? Are you pen pals and everything in Fiji with
text
what?
buddies?
No.
Text buddy? You're not like
Instagram.
Yeah, pictures back
You
and
blowing
forth.
up his DMs.
No.
You just send gifts back and forth, like miss you much,
Postcards.
that kind of thing.
Special
No.
postcards. They
No.
can't be seen by certain people.
No.
Sony's listening right now and probably getting a little upset with you.
I can't help it.
I think you can. You're gonna have to make it
Can't
up.
help it.
You're gonna have to make it up to Sony next time you go to Fiji.
Is
Can't
it
help
true you used to call him like a pet name, like your little Sony macaroni?
Sony macaroni and juicy butt. It kind of
Juicy Butt the
has
Turtle
a
Slut.
ring to it. Okay. All right. Well,
it was
anyway,
special. It was actually it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it was kind of awkward.
Yeah, you're the one that took the shower, so
I'm just clean.
Yeah.
I was covered in sunscreen.
Because
I was at the pool.
That's what they all call it.
I just witnessed everyone's reactions to it.
Yeah.
It was.
You had the best poker face. I came out and she was like,
Well, Greg.
Poker face.
Greg comes up to me and he's like, "Kristen, come with me. We need to talk." And I'm like, "What? Oh my God! What did I do? I'm in trouble." And then he's trying real hard not to laugh.
Yes, because I have to keep it under wraps. So CJ and Jerry have no idea what's about to happen to them.
Yeah, we were I was definitely surprised.
A man is about to put his hands all over your body.
And press down.
Yes. Hard. And so it made things a little awkward, to say the least.
It was all good. It was all good.
It was. And Sonny is awesome.
But you know.
And
he didn't have a crush on me or you like he did Jerry.
Yeah, well, there can only be one juicy butt.
Jerry was his guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't help I have that effect on people.
He said,
still.
we're saving the best for last. I'm not going to be offended by that.
What's there to be offended by? I mean, this is something Jerry should be very proud of.
I did have to be careful, though, not to clench my rock-hard muscular buttocks and hurt his hand.
Well,
so I just had to just relax.
So, I mean, for the massage therapists, from his standpoint, I mean, it was important, I guess, for Jerry to have a juicy butt. That makes it more pleasing for him.
He did have you all lubed up, though, CJ.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do.
Boy, it got really quiet.
I don't even know what that's
just standard.
To mean. Yeah, that's what a
But
massage
I didn't have
is.
like the vanilla scented one like you did.
Yeah. Was it vanilla?
Jerry
or was
came out smelling.
I think it was
coconut.
passion fruit.
No,
I smelled
mine was
passion fruit.
coconut.
He said something under his breath like, "Jerry's my little pina colada."
The tourism board is now crying in there.
Oh golly. Yeah.
All I know is Jerry came out of that little cabana with just the biggest smile. He was beaming.
Y'all dirty dogs.
He was beaming. He was so happy.
I have video evidence of that.
He was glowing.
Yeah.
There is video evidence of that that is not true.
No.
What do you mean?
Of
It's
you
not
walking
true?
out of the cabana.
I have it on my
yesterday.
phone too.
Yeah.
It's
we
going to end up
got-
on the Scuba Radio website now.
Yeah, we
All I got
captured
to
that.
say-
We captured that moment on the broadcast that we produced from Fiji that week. We
All
actually
I
got
have
that
to
moment on
say-
tape where Jerry the diver guy was walking out of his massage with Sony, and I said, Jerry, what'd you think of your massage? He goes, "Oh, you dirty dogs."
That's
All
true.
I can say is paybacks are hell.
Paybacks are hell for what? You got a story
And
out
he-
of this
and
that
he
you can
also
cherish
said-
for the rest of your life and pass down through generations.
He said, "I won't walk straight for a week."
I think I heard it. I think I heard that. I heard it. I did. So there you go. So does that
look,
make
it's
you
time
want to
to
go back to makes you want to go back to Fiji?
I
sooner?
heard you one time crying through the wall. He was in the restroom and
Was that after he got home?
He was weeping.
Or in Fiji?
I can't poop.
What?
I can't poop.
I'm
backed up.
Was that?
Y'all got any fig Newtons?
I don't know what that would have to do with it.
I don't know. I just know what I heard. I couldn't sleep.
Oh,
It was the middle of the night, and Jerry was just bawling.
Huh. Well,
27
I don't
years has taken its toll.
Okay.
How
Poor
low can
Jerry. I
Scuba
felt
Radio
bad.
go?
Well, you never know. What kind of stories are going to come from a scuba radio trip? Maybe we'll have something like that happen in the Galapagos.
I
in a
never
couple
thought I would hear this from a man, but Jerry asked me if I could find him, go into the gift shop and find him some tampons.
What?
What?
I don't even want to know why.
What, do you have a bloody nose?
Not nose. I didn't ask.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough.
Let's edit that.
We'll fix this in
Cut
post.
that out.
All right.
Get out.
So
Me. Can't.
what? But who knows? Maybe we'll have there'll be some kind of antidote like this that we'll have for Vinny Two Tanks after our trip to the
God, I
Galapagos.
hope not.
It ain't good, Vinny.
It ain't good.
You
What do
see
you-
what's in store
No,
for you.
But look, why are you
I-
smiling? reflecting.
Yeah, Vinny, what do you think?
I never get massages, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Every time I got a couple.
Yeah.
And every time they were done, like the next 2 weeks, I ached all over. I mean,
oh my gosh.
They break. I don't know what it is about massage.
Lactic acid.
That doesn't sound like he got a happy
That's what
ending.
they tell me, and I don't believe it. My whole body aches.
Were you
for like
bruised?
2 weeks.
You bruise easily.
Like a rotten banana?
No, they give you this excuse saying they're releasing poisons underneath your skin.
Oh my God, what kind of massages he's getting? This sounds... I don't think they do that in Fiji, or maybe it'll happen in Galapagos. Now that we know he doesn't like him, we'll have to find a special...
No, I ain't getting one.
Something
Every time
else.
I've gotten one, it comes.
Maybe you can get a giant turtle to walk on his back.
Okay, there's that. And on that disturbing note, we better just wrap it up.
Or an iguana.
Till next time, remember, it's always better. Where, gang? Come on.
Downward forever.
Safe diving, everyone.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.